Yeah, hello everyone. And good evening or good morning, depending on where you are. So, last night we learned that uh, we have to make a certain boxer in a boxing match win this fight. How we gonna do that is another question. It's come to see the champ and his little left hook, aren't you? Are you here to see the fight? Yes, why not? Then you'll be pissed. It's full up. Can't squeeze in another soul. Excuse me, but may I inform you that these waters are too contaminated for fishing? Like he is going to care. So what? Whatever you catch would not be very healthy. Oh, excuse me for not being able to afford some fancy fish at Veris. Mind your own damn business and let this old man fish in peace. Another poster for the box fight. The poster barely mentions the opponent quarterback. Seems like One Punch Jack is the star, and we have to make him lose the fight. The undefeated one, the one who knocks out his opponents in the first round. And that man is frightening him. I wonder what is going on there. I do not know what is going on here, but that man is giving the kid a hard time. Okay, do you then do something? Got a problem? None. But it seems the kid does. Damn right he does. But this is between him and me. What the hell do you want? May I inquire what happened? Thinks I nicked the penny, sir. And is that true? No, sir, it's not. Wine, little brat. Perhaps there's been a misunderstanding here. There's been no misunderstanding. Saw him pick the penny off the ground. It was a bottle cap, sir. Can we have a recap of what happened? Was the penny on his dog and I saw this midget pick it up off the ground. It was a bottle cap, sir. I have already showed it to him. You would not be lying to this gentleman, would you? I don't know if you noticed, but he's one of Paddy's men. You have to be careful with these people. I know, that's why I won't dare to lie to him. I was playing marbles when I saw something shiny on the ground. Thought it was a coin, but it was a bottle cap. And I was glad it was. Old Griffin pays 3 pennies for 100 of them, and I already have 70. Pennies? No, caps. You heard the word. I do not think he's lying to you. These shots would kill their mother for a penny. I think you're going too far with a lot over a simple penny. It's my penny. I'll do whatever it takes to get it back in my pocket. Does that include extorting a kid? Look at him. He is on the verge of tears. I don't care. You know what? I have been chatting with Paddy. One of his men is about to off a photographer for £1,000 debt. What are you getting at? That Paddy's Ames Heider. What would he say if he saw this situation? While his other men are dealing with bigger issues, you're wasting time scolding a street kid over a measly penny. Do you understand what I'm saying? You should be dealing with more important matters that benefit Paddy. Paddy knows nothing about this. As, of, as far as I know, Paddy knows everything. Shite! I'm out of here. Not a word to this, mate. You haven't seen or heard anything. And yeah, kid, I hope I don't see you around these docks again. You won't, I promise. Many thanks for your help, sir. Tell me something, what? Did you take that man's coin? Of course I did. Penny means a lot to me. You should have admitted it. Would have been the sensible thing to do. That walk wouldn't have settled for just getting his coin back. He'd have given me a hiding for picking it up. That's why I'm thanking you again. And as a token of my gratitude, I give you this pair of marbles. Oh no, you don't have to. Take them, they're new. For your kids. I don't have kids. They're for you. Got more in my bag. And now I must be off. Gotta spend this penny on sweets. By the way, what's your name? Patrick Moore. Fred, pleased to meet you. I'll tell everyone that Patrick Moore stood up to one of Paris men. Maybe that's not a good idea. You're a hero. I don't think that's a good idea. Don't be modest. Don't do it. You're going to get me into trouble. Alright, so we have two marbles. Two marbles. Oh. We have two marbles and we have a corpse missing his eyes for the picture. So, what if I... Marbles? I'm thankful for your effort to remedy the situation, but... Burton would look downright eerie with those white eyes. Okay, so we have to make them not so white. However, here in the um, Archaeologists Association, and there was a guy who said that he's repairing artifacts. So maybe he can paint a pair of marbles. They are archaeological pieces. They look new. Have they been restored? Indeed. Aren't archaeological remains usually displayed in the state they're found? Of course. But in the case of these pieces, you're seeing several similar ones were found in the excavations. There's real interest from both professionals and the public to know what they will really like. Ah, I sense some skepticism in you. Do you think we're altering history? I didn't say that. Understand that they are restored only after extensive research. We don't paint them with the first colors that come to mind. Okay. The British Museum grants Thomas Astor the authority to restore those archaeological elements that he deemed fit, recognizing his great knowledge for the benefit of pieces found in any excavation. Chemical components. Despite being labeled, I don't know any of them. They must be used during the restoration process of the pieces. The paint is blue. It's a restoration scheme of the vessel Mr. Lester is working on. Okay, let's speak with the dude. Ahem. Oh, it's you. Have you been able to speak with Oscar? Not yet. As I mentioned, he won't be long. Well, what can I do for you? What is your opinion of Professor Cyrus Bennett? He was an excellent archaeologist with an impeccable reputation. Until he became obsessed with the idea that certain objects found in excavations did not belong to those eras or belong to supposed civilizations unknown to history. Atlanteans, Hyperboreans. Sometimes I think he's pulling our egg. His theories make no sense. And does the guild accept these theories? Of course not. Benetton retains his position here due to his past achievements. No one dares to expel him from this society. And I believe it won't be necessary. He is digging his own grave. Could Professor Bennett be right? Are you kidding? Who can believe that beings from other planets left artifacts on Earth? That's what he thinks? It's one of his theories, and the least absurd of them. Okay, so we cannot learn anything from speaking with that guy. How about just handing him the marbles? I'd prefer to do it myself. Okay, pen can? What are you doing? What are you going to do? I want to paint these marbles. Let me see them. Hmm, they're marble. They remind me of blank eyes. I have an idea. Give me some space. Let's see. Here you go. Wow, they're very realistic eyes. I'll take that as a bleh, as a compliment. Cool, so now they look like a nice. Let's go back to the corpse. The corpse was right here. He looks better now. Excuse me, but yes. I appreciate the intention, but Bertram had green eyes. Don't worry about that, Miss Perkins. As you know, the photograph is in black and white. You have to notice the difference. Trust me. Yes, I will. You seem to know what you're doing. No, I don't. So maybe I need to take a picture. Everything is set for your brother to be immortalized. One moment. Here you are, dear brother. These were your favorites. Proceed. Very well, here we go. Good heavens! Bertram! Heavens, what is happening? Composure, ladies. It is nothing more than the sign of Lazarus. What? And what does that signify? Among other phenomena, involuntary muscular movements post-mortem. Your body remains in repose if such was your concern. Very well, let us attempt once more. Then all that's left is to develop it, but I can't help you with that. Oh, don't worry. Presumably Mr. Wood shall imminently grace us with his presence. The crucial aspect is the photograph's capture, thus enabling us to enter our dear Bertram in serenity. We extend our sincere gratitude to your kindness, sir. It has been a pleasure. Okay, and now maybe I can take the violets from him. Do you mind if I keep the bouquet of violets? Our desire was to lay him to rest with them. No, that was your wish. You may keep the bouquet, sir. Alright, and now I have a bouquet of violets. I have pet sleep. I have rotten eggs that I cannot open. Several body cooked eggs float on a greenish liquid. However, back to university, there was one guy bragging about how physically strong he is, so maybe he can open the jar? Mr. Lee, yes, are you quite strong, aren't you? The strongest in the university. Would you like to test it? I'd love to. See if you can open this jar. A jar. Sometimes they're tough to open, right? But not for me. Easy peasy. Thank you for your strength. It's been a pleasure, Professor. Now, if you excuse me, I'll continue admiring this lovely connection of toffees. Okay, so we have open jar with rotten eggs. Let's go back to the dogs and see if I can do something about this boxing match. Can we go inside? There is the champion. Excuse me. One round. He isn't there. Are you an admirer? Did you come to bring the lucky charm? What lucky charm? What lucky charm? Bah. That's a course, mate. How much would I win if I bet on water black? Let me think. 70 people have bet on one round. If we take away a commission, it's £15,000. £8,000. What coincidence? Coincidence of what? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking aloud. Okay. And conveniently enough, we need £1,000 for the quest. Now, this guy supposedly have some kind of lucky charm. Let's go back to our house and ask the newspaper boy if he knows something about lucky charms. Hello again, little Tim. Tim, of course. You are well informed about everything happening in London. That's my job. I try to read the most attention-grabbing stories in each edition so I can shout them at the top of my lungs and get the customer's attention. And not just from the London news, I'm saying, but from the competition too. You're quite the professional. Nothing about... Nothing about the lucky charm of this guy. Florence Cook herself, for example, she was studied by several researchers, those who certified her as a fraud belonging to the London intellectual elite. Several of them affiliated with the Conservative Party. Believe me, Mr. Tyrell, when I say that our leaders are not interested in us being aware of the truth. I'm not saying it is a conspiracy. But it is a conspiracy. Ah, good afternoon. You're part of the group, I assume. Excuse me. The advertisement. I beg your pardon. I placed an advertisement in the British Association of Supernatural Studies, newsletter seeking people to join me at this Miss Cook session. Only Mr. Morton and Mr. Taylor responded to the call. Tell me, did you also come because of the advertisement? Not really, no. Yes or no? Yes, of course. I'm glad. I'm Joseph Brown. Appreciate that. I hope you don't think Katie King is a fraud, as they have tried to make us believe. Well, I suppose we'll soon find out. Yes, of course, that's the idea. Oh, gentlemen, Miss Cook informs me she's ready. Remember to remain silent through this session. It's of the utmost importance that no matter what happens, no matter what you see, you will not leave your seat. Um, will we see Katie King? I cannot ensure that, but it seems that this evening the medium's spiritual energies are in full swing. So, your wish will probably come true. Fascinating. Are you nervous, Mr. Moore? Oh, yes, I'm shaking all over. I can offer you an opiate to calm your nerves. I usually carry some with me for, medicinal purposes, but promise me you won't tell anyone. It won't be necessary. Shall we go in? Yes, of course. I suppose my niece has informed you of the guidelines to follow during this session. Know that communication with the spirit world is very delicate. Any unexpected event could result in the loss of connection with the beyond. Therefore, allow me to remind you of what you must not forget while the medium is in a trance. You cannot rise from your seat once the session has begun. If Katie King were to manifest, do not speak to her. She cannot see or hear you. She will only communicate to me. She is quite sensitive to what happens in this world, so try not to make any sudden moves. She could get scared and disappear. If you wish to convey a message to her, address it to me. Even while in a trance, I will be able to hear you and transmit your words. Has everyone understood? Any questions or doubts before we begin? Do we have to put our hands on the table during the session? Do you have psychic powers, Mr. Brown? Me? No, no. I don't have any. Then let the medium be the one to place her hands on the table to channel psychic energies, alright? Yes, of course. Katie King, daughter of John King, you who left this life to join the world of the dead. Whoa. You have been living in the shadows ever since. I summon your wandering spirit. Let us witness your presence in this world to which unfortunately you no longer belong. Leave the darkness and join the living. Oh, wow. Florence! Is that you, Florence? Oh, amazing. I'm here, Katie King. The sound of my voice will guide you to me. Join us. And the researchers were right. The manifestation emanates the scent of flowers. I feel life in this place. You're not alone. No, dear. I'm accompanied by people who have come to see you. Who are they? I cannot see them, only feel them. Mr. Brown is with me on my right. Opposite me sit Mr. Morton and Mr. Taylor. And finally Mr. Moore is on my left. Nice to meet you, gentlemen. Boo. Katie says she's pleased to meet you. We can hear her. Unbelievable. Katie King must be using all her energy to communicate with this reality. Katie. Yes, Florence. My guests inform me that they can hear your voice. That is wonderful. Can I convey a message to them? Of course, dear. You're blessed to live in a world that, while not perfect, is full of wonders. Where I come from, there is nothing. Everything is dark. It's a lonely place. He's dead. Do not waste your lives on conflicts. Avoid problems. Live your lives as if each day was the last. Those are very beautiful words, dear. Does anyone wish to ask Katie King a question? Okay, that was ridiculous. Gentlemen, Katie King exists. The session has been a success. We should celebrate. I know an exquisite restaurant not far from here. What do you think about going to the Regent Street Smokers Club instead? Good option, Mr. Morton. I know about that. Mr. Tyler's option. You've heard Katie King, we must live life. Let's get moving, gentlemen. Okay, so These old geezers will have a party. The question is what I'm supposed to do now. The session is over, Mr. Moore. Do you need anything else? You were Katie King, weren't you? No, I don't know what you are talking about. You just had to change clothes and appear from the shadows. My good sir, I don't know what you're aiming at, but I beg you to leave. Forgive me, but my intention is not to cause trouble. My name is Patrick Moore, and I'm a university professor. I'm involved in metaphysics research along with my colleague Nelson Ward. Oh no, not again. I hoped I would never hear that name again in my life. I'm confused. Did you have trouble with my colleague? I will tell you the same thing I told Professor Ward. You will not get the ectoplasm sample at the expense of my aunt's life. So you can... Enough, Jarrett. But Aunt Florence, I said enough. I've made a decision. If you'll be so kind as to step aside, I need to speak with this gentleman. So you work with Professor Watt? That's correct. And where is he? I have no idea. That's how the game actually started, trying to find this guy. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, I just received the working version of my emotes, the paid ones, and I'm looking at them, and they look great. I can see few extremely cute ducks and ducklings in here. Great. Great. My artist is doing a great job. Back to the game now. Hmm. He couldn't come. I'm speaking on his behalf. Very well. If it's alright with you, let's get this conversation in order. My colleague left a note saying you could provide an ectoplasm sample. That is correct. I do not mean to be rude, but I believe he made a mistake in thinking you'd be the right person for the job. Your reputation is questionable, Miss Cook, and what I saw in there confirms it. Forget what you have seen. Anyone except the group you came with would know it's a crude setup. But Professor Nelson has a memory. It is something that is sadly lacking in all those who hear the name Florence Cook for the first time. What do you mean? I have not always been a fraud, Mr. Mood. When I was just a teenager, I contacted an entity who called himself Surgeon Hughes. I managed to materialize ectoplasm through my body, and this entity used it to communicate with me. I thought it was a good way to make a living. And it was for the first few weeks. But with each session, Surgeon Hughes gained more strength to the point of possessing my body. He became more and more violent. His intention was to invade this reality, a reality to which he did not belong. I managed to sever the link, but his last words were a threat. A death threat. It was then that I created Katie King. I contrivance, of course, but safer without risking my life. People didn't care, they were still amazed by the sessions. Since then, there have been several Katie Kings. I was the first, but logically I had to stay young. The latest Katie King, as you have seen, is my niece Charlotte. Do you understand now, Mr. Moore? My aunt can do what you're asking. She could die if she invoked Sergeant Hughes. I'm sorry I wasn't aware of this. It is not my intention to put you in danger. That doesn't matter now. I'm sick, Mr. Moore. Very sick. I've been given up. Doctors have diagnosed that I have no more than 2 months left to live. I want to do it. I don't want to live this life without the world knowing that I was never afraid. So you're in work. You have your ectoplasm sample. I believe your niece is right. Invoking that entity could. It is my will, and you must respect it. I want that sample more than anything in this world. But I'm also concerned about your safety. And I would like to have a clear conscience. You will. As I said, this is what I want. Mind you, I'm not going to summon the bastard without the presence of William Crooks. Who was that? Crooks? The scientist who discovered the element thallium. Among other things, yes. When my name and Katie King's became famous, several researchers wanted to verify the authenticity of the phenomenon. One of them was a promising scientist and member of the Royal Society. He validated the phenomenon. He knew it was all a hoax, but he didn't want to discredit me in society's eyes. He was criticized and almost discredited as a scientist. I'd like to have him at the session. I have a lot to say to him. He was an important person in my life. Although I hoped he would accept the invitation if my niece or I reach out to him. Tell me, Mr. Moore, can you get Mr. Crooks to come? I can try, I guess. Not that I want to lift a finger without his attendance. Yes, I'll try. He resides in Berkeley Square. Ask any coachman nearby and they'll tell you where to find him. Okay, a new location opened. Bring Mr. Crooks here and we can start the session. So, as everything in this game, each small piece of progress is just leading to new goals and new puzzles and new things you have to solve. Okay, so we have this new location opened, and the thing is, where I can learn something about the lucky charm this boxing man is asking for. Look here. I need a penny to enter this place. This was a bookstore. I want to run anything in here. Um, I want to learn anything in here as well. Mm-hmm. Nope. Let's try speaking with the guy again. About sports, maybe? Yep. 1 round jack. Apparently he always walks into the ring with a bunch of violets. Boom! And now we know what is his lucky charm. Say it's his lucky charm. The geezer who wrote this piece thought it was a laugh and tried to take the mickey out of him. And where's the humor in that? I don't know. And I hope 1 round jack doesn't read the article. Hey Chris. Good evening. How are you? Um, alright, I think. There is just too much dialogues and not that much actual game. Are you an admirer or did you come to bring the lucky charm? Yes, here it is. Let me see it. Mhm. The violets. They arrived at last. You just saved our lives. Come in. It is fortunate that you've come. Excuse me. There were rumors that Walter Black's manager had paid off the owner of the Wild Orchid to stop supplying bouquets of violets to the champion. And as you know, if one round doesn't enter the ring with that bouquet, he won't be fit to fight. In that case, the fight would be declared in favor of Black. Really? Damn it. I beg your pardon. It would be a disgrace if Black were declared the winner because of the flowers weren't delivered. Oh, indeed, certainly. You can leave them on that crate by the lantern. Why is the bouquet of violets so important to one hand? His mother gave him a bouquet of her favorite flowers on the day of his first fight. That very night, before he entered the ring, he warned of her passing. When he was declared the winner of the fight, he believed it was his mother's flowers that acted as a lucky charm. It's as simple as that. If he doesn't enter the ring with a bouquet, he believes he'll lose. And that's never been Baba. I missed it. Well, as I mentioned, you've saved our skins. Until the match begins, you can stay here and admire the champion if you wish. I sure don't want to admire this guy. Come on, champ. Give the bag a good wallop, like it's black smoke. So, it's not that simple. We're working for the mafia, with the mafia, and at the same time against the mafia. So, yeah, uh, it's not that simple. Okay, so how I can make this guy lose his fight? Having an empty flask, paper, and rotten eggs. Tray with food. Is it that obvious? We combine the eggs with the food. Bon appetit, one round. Oh, it was that obvious. Okay. Jump, get ready. I think it's time. Is the fight starting? Yes, Arthur he needs to eat something. Oh, goody. Would you like to watch the fight with me? Yes, I think it will be interesting. It will be epic. What a bloody fight! Short as a fart in the windstorm. And not a burger in the crowd could bloody believe it. One round must shut himself with that kind of grub before getting in the ring. Did you see how he kept scraping his gut from the get-go? Buck obviously saw that and went straight for his bloody stomach with a solid hook. Buck missed something, knocked him on his ass right quick. One round couldn't get back up. This might be the start of one round black. In it, I reckon I'll have to think twice before betting on the champ again. Couldn't agree more. I wasted all my wages on this bet. Uh, nope. Actually, the eggs were not the eyes of the corpse. There was a boy right here that we saved from mugging, and he gave us a couple of marbles. Then we find a painter to actually paint eyes on these marbles, and that's what we used for the eyes of the corpse. Okay, so let's get my £1,000, please. I'm here to collect this. Let me see. Well. So you're the fool who bet on Walter Black, eh? Tell me, did you know something we didn't? I beg your pardon? Who would bet against one round Jack if they didn't know he was going to lose? What are you implying? Haven't I implying nothing, just thinking out loud. We're the ones who rigged the fights, and believe me, this one wasn't. You won the bet fair and square. I'll fetch your money. Lucky bastard. Here is your money. £1,000. Just the money I need. Yeah, doesn't it? Who doesn't need a grand these days? Okay, so we have money. £1,000, to be exact. And we can go and pay the mafia. Speak with Syrian or Kyrian or whatever is the Irish name. Got the money yet? Yes, I carry it here with me. Let's see, buddy. Mr. Moore, I suppose your presence means you're here to give me some joy. Indeed. Here is your money. £1,000. You can count it. I reckon you understand you shouldn't be messing with me, so I'll take your word for it, Mr. Moore. And let me say, I'm pleasantly surprised. Did you see that? Take a lesson from him. Damn it. I ought to firewall and keep Mr. Moore for myself. He's got the makings of a character. You kept your word. Now I'll be keeping mine. It will please you to know Mr. Woods is still alive and hardly scratched. You're lucky. Brian takes his time. It's been good for you, but I'm sure it has been good for me. Syrian, Have Mr. Wood released. Right away, Polly. It was a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Moore. By the way, you can keep the envelope. Empty, of course. Can I help you with anything else? Mr. Wood's release is enough. It has been a pleasure, and now go see Mr. Wood and give him my regards. Tell him all is forgotten. For the moment. Yeah, apparently there are nice mobsters, can you imagine? Hello, Mr. Wood. Oh, welcome. Your face looks familiar. Do I know you? Yes, you were here before when... Yes, when policeman took you away. Hmm. And I'm also the one who saved your skin. You paid off the debt? Indeed. Good heavens. You saved my wife. I don't know how to thank you. Ask for anything you want. Except money. May I ask you a question? Of course. Do you know Professor Ward? Yes, I went to see him at the university where he works. He said he'd get in touch with me, but he hasn't showed up here. Do you talk about a certain photographic plate? Yes. How do you know about that? I'm his colleague. Professor Ward is absent. Did he mention my case to you? No, I hope you fill me in on this matter. You see, this job is not as profitable as it was a few years ago. Having a photographic memento of loved ones is no longer socially acceptable. Some even consider it in poor taste. I don't pay them. I'm aware of the controversy surrounding my work. When the clientele started to dry up, I had to optimize resources. I got photographic plates at a very good price through a contact. It was surplus from Romania, but as soon as I used them for my photographs... Wait a moment, I'll just show them to you. Where? Oh yes, here. Take a look at this. They were taking away the plates I'm talking about. Oh well, it's just a baby. I'm sorry you have to see these photographs. But look at those spots around the child. At first I thought they were the specks near the lens. Sometimes it happens. Turn to the next page, please. Do you see? Those are not the specks. Yes, ghost. Boo. Tell me, what are these things? things. There are several hypotheses, but the most common is that they are sources of energy. What? What kind of energy? Energy of supernatural nature. Oh, turn to the next page. Metaphysic energy, undoubtedly. Did you see these snape shapes during the photo shoot? No, there was nothing there. Nor did I see them through the lens. Are you aware that you've captured a ghost on film, Mr. Wood? You don't say. Turn to the last page. It's... it's a ghost, isn't it? Definitely. It's a corporeal manifestation. There is no doubt about it. This is wonderful. Wonderful, you say? This is eerie, sir. Are you saying there are ghosts in my studio? In your studio, in your neighbors' homes, and even in the private quarters of Pope Pius X in the Vatican. The immaterial world, that world we don't see, may be as populated as our own plane of existence. It's one of the hypotheses I work with. And I'm sorry to say, but if there are a place that attracts these poor souls, it's your studio. Remember, you photographed that. Damn it. Don't worry. These manifestations only occur with those photographic plates you told me about, right? Yes, only with those. What else can you tell me about those plates? Origin, to whom they belong? Only what I've told you. A contact imported them from Romania, but I don't know anything else. He might have more information. Do you want me to call him? It won't be necessary for now. What is important is that for some specific reason, these plates are sensitive to the immaterial world. That's why Professor Ward was interested in them as a key piece of the box of revelations. I beg your pardon. Oh, I was just talking to myself. I was quite frightened when I went to see your colleague looking for an explanation. I also told him I intended to burn the only one I had left because I was terrified to have it in the studio. He said not to touch anything until he showed up here. I suppose he wanted to, right? If you'd be so kind as to offer it to me, I will quietly accept it. Of course, I'll give it to you. I'll never want to see it again. In fact, keep that album as well. I do not want to hear any more. I am very grateful. Right here, I'll bring you that plate right now. Okay, got the album. Here you go. And finally got the plate. Thank you very much for your help, Mr. Wood. Nothing compared to what you've done for me. I have work to do, so I bid you good afternoon. Hey, sir. Yes? Are you sure I don't have to fear anything from this ghost matter? You shouldn't fear the dead, Mr. Wood. Only the living, lad. Fear the living. Specifically guys like Paddy. Stay away from them, alright? And I finally have one of the parts I need for this thing. Okay, that's the album with the creepy photos. Cool. I think I can make one quick save and end this game for today, as it's time for some reward. Okay, done.